Hi everyone, it's Maureen from Massachusetts. I'm here in my back room doing some work, and I've been working on different projects. And most recently, I'm doing these signs, 1/4 inch plywood in it's 14 by 14 inch pieces that my husband cut for me. And I've made these signs out of a stencil, and I painted gray acrylic on the back, and it says, "This is my happy place." And I'm making several of them for gifts for people. And so I just thought I would finish up. I've done 3 of them with the stenciling, and I want to finish up the backs and do a little neatening up of the white stencil part of it, where it's needs a little fixing. So I just thought I'd sit and talk with you this evening while I work on my crafts here. I hope you've all had a good week. I have a busy week. My weeks are very busy. They seem to fly by, which I guess maybe is a good thing during this pandemic. It just has us all so concerned, doesn't it? Just amazing. I feel for my little one, my granddaughter, you know, and all little kids in the USA and other places. They can't go trick or treating really, and it's sad. She's 7, and so she's in 2nd grade, and she remembers back to kindergarten and 1st grade where she got to wear her little costume to school, and, share that with her friends. And they always had a little parade at school where she could, line up in the parade and feel proud about her costume, and just have a little party, cupcakes and goodies, and just have fun. And they don't get to do that this year. The school isn't doing the parade. You can understand why, but in the meantime, she was really upset knowing. And then what they did was they have school 2 days a week, physically go to a school 2 days a week, and then the other 3 days of the week, uh, she's remote school, and I do a lot of helping her get online with that and stuff. And so they had it remote where they could put their costume on remotely, and but she's sitting at a desk in a costume. I can't really see it, and they couldn't put any face paint on or anything, and just so different. And my heart aches. My heart aches for all the people that have children, and we're all going through our stuff at any given age, but the little ones are really, going to be COVID kids. We'll be writing our books, I guess, about COVID kids, because that's what they are. So anyway, there was all that, and I always, being a crafter, I always like to sew her a costume if I knew enough in advance what she wanted to be. I've made several right from the time she was a baby. And I have one where it was a little pumpkin suit, and she was only, I don't know, not even a year old, I don't think. And the whole pumpkin orange fabric, puffy outfit, and the little stem on top for her hooded hat. It was so cute. And we dressed her and set her up in a pumpkin patch of pumpkins. Over in the next town over, they had a big pumpkin festival every year. They're not having that either. But that particular year, we set her amongst a bunch of pumpkins, and she's touching and playing the pumpkins. And we took pictures. It was so cute. Such fond memories. I'm glad we have those. I really am. So anyway, normally when I'm out here, I play music, but I guess you can't, or I don't want the music to be distracting too. So I'm just gonna talk with you as I paint. I'm gonna try to get my camera now down lower so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then we'll come back up. How's that? Yeah, there we go. I have a little jar of water. I have a regular, just a little brush I'm gonna use to, to just touch up my work and see what I can do. I see a few little messes, so we'll fix that. Oh, you know what? I actually need the gray. So I need to make the gray. So I'm gonna take some black and make the gray. I made up my own gray color, so I gotta make sure I get that just right. You don't want it to look too. Yeah. So, I've been watching and following other YouTubers, and I find a lot of their sites very interesting, and that's also how I'm learning how to go about, learning how to do videos from some of them. And I find this whole YouTube experience very, very enlightening. There's so much I didn't realize, and there's like another whole world out there, and I like it during this pandemic COVID time to be able to talk with you, through my camera and get to know people. And, being a creative one, I tend to have that, I was always shy as a kid and an early adult. I still can be at times, but overall, I've come a long way. And, I find that through COVID and not getting out as much, just quickly to the store for something, and then I get right back home. I don't linger and I don't get too close to people. So I'm not really getting that. And a lot of my friends are doing the same. So we're not getting together like we did. So I guess I'm kind of missing that, a little bit of communicating experience going on. So this coming at you this way, being able to talk into a camera and keep myself busy is working, I guess, for me in that regard. I hope it's all working for you too on your end. I hope you like my videos, and as we get to know each other, I'm early on. I've only done a few videos so far, but my intent is to do, at least one a week, and I try every 4 or 5 days to get on and do something with you all. And it's called Creative Time with Maureen Sky. And, I have a lot I can talk about, different things, and, on that. So, yeah. And I'm just taking my white and my black acrylic paint here, mixing it up and trying to, make that gray so that I can get it onto where these letters need a little touching up in places, where the white through the stencil might have gotten a little carried over a little too far. And I like to give nice quality things. Yeah. So, a little more black, a little more white. So, I hope you all get out and vote. I'm not going to go there with my political feelings and opinions. However, I can just urge you all to please vote. Just please go vote. That's all I ask. Well, we need to think, years ago women couldn't vote. I find that interesting. Isn't that something? I'm grateful to those people who marched, those women who marched for our rights and got beaten and abused that many years ago, tormented, something awful. But here we are, and I give thanks to them. I'm forever grateful for the experience to be able to have a voice and to be able to vote. So important. So, so important. Few years back, I have a friend from Costa Rica, and she invited me to go with her back home during the holidays. So it was Christmas time, 2018, I believe. I went with her to Costa Rica for my first time, and met all her family and friends. And so I have many friends there. And so tonight, one of my friends Skyped. We talked through Skype messaging, and it was so nice to talk with him. And you know, they're being hit hard too with lots of things, and there's protests against their government, and just crazy. The world is going through some very challenging, difficult times right now. Just amazing. Yeah. I got a real culture shock, I'll tell you. I really wasn't prepared for some of that. Very humbling experience. That's all I can say. And the people there are nice. There's nice people. But like any place, you've got to be careful. So we got snow here in New England today, Massachusetts. We got little coating of snow out there. Our first drops of snow today. Very pretty, but I don't know if I'm quite ready for it. It just doesn't feel quite time enough yet, but I guess it's there. Although I say that, and my husband and I were just talking. He's much older than I am, and we were just talking about our childhoods and remembering, big, tall heaps of snow to play in, and haven't really seen that amount of snow in ages. I mean, it's got to be the whole climate change thing going on or something, because as a kid, either that or we were smaller and it just seemed bigger. But I can remember big mounds of snow, 3-4 feet high, as a regular thing. And you really don't see too much of that anymore, Yeah. Trying to plan whether the family, not really a big, large family, but I have two adult children and they have their families. So, just trying to plan whether or not we're going to get together for the holidays. And I don't know that too many of us are, due to some of us are compromised with our health, and we have to be diligent and safe. And it's not that you don't want to sit at a table with these loved ones. You love them dearly. But they're compromised even as young people. And I'm compromised. I've got type 2 diabetes and a little bit of high blood pressure. And my husband's older and he's on blood pressure meds. And he's a smoker. And, there's all these things that wouldn't fare well if you ended up in a hospital trying to get some good clean air in your lungs, or if COVID takes over your lungs. So we're just trying to, like Dr. Fauci says, be smart about all this. So I'm thinking that the way it looks, it's only going to be just about 4 of us at a dinner, which is fine. I'll do a little dinner, and I like to cook, and I'll cook up my dinner just like I did anyway. And we'll have plenty of leftovers, and wish everyone who can't be here well, and they know it. They know they're loved, and I feel their love, and we're just going to do what we can do. Yeah. Now, I don't have quite the right color of gray, so this is going to get better than that. Got to keep working it till I do, because it's a little too light. I don't want to have to paint the whole thing. So I got to make that better over here. So I do hope you are enjoying my videos, and you do consider thumbs up and sharing and sending me comments. I don't know if I'm at that stage for you to do that. I believe I am. So I'm still learning, and it's been fun. I look at some of the other people who've been doing this for a number of years, let's say 3-4 years, one instance that I know of, and it's a woman, and she's got over 100,000 subscribers, and my goodness, I'm thinking, oh God, will I ever get there? That would be fun. But that's my goal. I believe I'm entertaining. And I have lots of things we can do together here. So bear with me, hang with me, and we can get to know each other and come together on YouTube. These signs tend to be trendy right now, and I know people like to put them like on their porches or in their mine. I have one in my she shed and one in my bug house, and so I thought they would make nice gifts. And the stencil I got from Michael's craft store, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to be able to do a few more cement projects before the weather changes too much. I say that, and like I said, we did get snow today. So I don't know. I gotta check into a couple things and see where I'm at with that. So that one's not looking too bad. I think I fixed. And then I still gotta put gray on the back. So I'm gonna finish touching up the others. There's 3 of them, like I said. And then we'll paint the back of them. And then I've got to paint a coating of some kind of a coating on them for protection from the elements. So I'm going to put this one right up here for now. And then we'll talk to you. I have my daughter's 2 cats, like I said, and they will come in and visit with me every now and then. I have an order on my Etsy site today. I got an order to do some jewelry, custom jewelry, which I'm excited about. So I'm looking forward to getting that. I'll be taking this lady's grandmother's old dishes and turning them into pieces of jewelry for her family. So that'll be fun. So again, I look forward to doing that. They love it. It's pretty. If you're one that likes to do photography, you're in your glory because it's there. It is pretty on the tree, so I will say that. Yeah. So I'm just touching up where I see some of the messes. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Don't look too bad, I guess. Yeah. Got my little paper towel here. I got white paint. I'm just going to go into some of these areas. Need a little more white. So, anybody got any good recipes to share? Yeah, I made a pretty good chowder the other day, corn chowder. I make it with I put bacon in it, and I like to have creamed corn, and then in a can of well, if I make a big pot, I use 2 cans, typical size cans of creamed corn, along with a can or two of regular corn, and I use several cans of evaporated milk, and I add other milk too, and I cook up my bacon and onions and my potatoes separate, and I use some of the potato water, and I put it in, and flavorings, and oh my God, it's just nice, heartwarming meal this time of year, especially here in New England, when you want something warm. It's very good. And then I made a chop suey a couple days ago, and that's kind of an old faithful. I've been making that for years. And everybody has their take on chop suey, like American chop suey. So, I don't know. I guess I make it the typical way, but, I use the hamburg and onions and green peppers and, cook all that up. And then I like to take big can of diced either whole tomatoes or the diced ones. And if it's whole, I'll cut them up myself. But I like some of the flavor of the whole tomatoes from the can. But anyway, I do that and the tomatoes, and then I use tomato soup, canned tomato soup, 1 or 2 cans, and a little bit of water, and all your spices. I like the Italian basil, little oregano. You know, you could, put some bay leaves in the sauce if you want, but let that sauce cook and brown your hamburger first and everything. And then I have my elbow macaroni going in another pan, and that comes out good. And that made several meals for us, and Eddie likes that, and I like that, and good, heartwarming, hearty meal. I do a beef stew this time of year. I'm getting, so I might want to make that. And what I make mine a little differently probably. I like to take my stew beef, and even though it's cut in the store, I still cut it a little bit smaller and start that in the pan, and then I might add my spices in there, and then start adding a little bit of water to get that beefy broth going. And I will be adding some beef broth in there too. Then what I do is onions, get the onions in there going, and that you put as much as you want, but probably one medium onion to a big pot. And then I let that go for a while. Then I'm cutting up turnip, a small turnip, peeling it, cutting it in small pieces, and I put that in there. And then I also do a bunch of carrots, 3 or 4 large carrots, and I'll get the skins off and cut the ends and cut them all up in pieces, throw that in there, and then add more water and some more beef bouillon cubes or some stock, and let that all cook for a while. Then I put my potatoes in as the last vegetable. In the meantime, I'm making up Bisquick dumplings in a bowl with your Bisquick and milk, like on the box says. And I'll be doing, once I know the potatoes and the vegetables are tender in there, about the last 7 or 8 minutes that I know the potatoes need to cook, I'll start dropping that dough onto the top of the stew. And bring this back up a little bit and talk to you. And, and then do what the box says. I think it's 7 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, covered, and then another 10 minutes uncovered. And it kind of soaks up your broth and makes a nice, but I like mine, I don't like mine pasty. And I want it a little brothy so that when I serve it, there's still some nice juices and the dumplings, and it's good. If you like turnip, a lot of people don't, but I think it flavors it really good. I like it, and my mother did it that way, and I've been doing it that way for years. So that's another nice New England kind of hearty meal that we have here. And I make a French onion soup that's really good, and I like to cook too. I like to bake too. I like to bake with zucchini breads and banana breads and brownies, and those usually I do from box. But breads, I like to do the pizzas in my pizza oven outside, which I haven't done for a few weeks, and I'm anxious to get some pizza dough made and do some of that. So this one's not looking too bad. So this is my happy place sign. So I'll be doing the last one, and then this is the stencil I got at Michael's craft store, I believe. And I want to say it was probably between $15 and $20, but it's worth it. It's on a little piece of like balsa, thin balsa type wood, and it's cut. But if you keep it in a safe place, you've got it. You can make plenty of these signs, and I like it. And I got another stencil too that says this is our happy place versus this is my happy place. So I'm eager to get that going too. I haven't used that one as yet. So that one's done. And let's see, I did this one. I did this one. No, this one has to be done.